After months of hard work, getting my AMG GT ready to go back on the road, and also fitting the cheapest Chinese body kit I could find.
It smells like B&Q.
To try and make it look like a black series.
Which was a huge undertaking in itself. This body kit was a massive gamble, spending £10,000 on something which I've never even seen. And then all of the work that went into fitting it, which we did in my garage at home. But some of the kit wasn't that good quality and the fit on the panels wasn't great, so I needed help from some professionals. So the guys at Flat Out Paint Shop have worked tirelessly for the past 4 weeks trying to help me make this AMG GT as good as it possibly can be and bringing my dream project to life. And this was possibly the most challenging part, because getting the panel gaps right on this really was going to make or break this kit. But after weeks of finessing these panels, we finally made some progress. And we could get the car painted. I chose to go with the original blue because it was much easier and I wouldn't have to repaint the engine bay, and it's also a really nice colour and contrasts the carbon perfectly. We had to make some custom exhaust tips to go on the back box to get those in the right position, which was much more challenging than we first anticipated. And then it was back to Flat Out Paint Shop again for the final reassembly and fit and finish of the car. And there were so many details which will get missed out in the video, but these guys honestly have put so much effort into making every single piece of this car fit as best as it possibly can, and I can't thank them enough. But now,
it's back! And my God, does it look good. But we're still not quite done with this car, because now, even though the paintwork side of things is finished, there's still a huge list of things which we need to do to this car before it's ready to hit the road for the first time. And here's a very quick list for you. At the moment we have no arch liners, which is going to be a complication in itself. The interior, it's still missing plenty of pieces. We still have a fair few warning lights on the dash. The wheels, which I'll come back to later. And a whole host of other faults. And that's what we really need to sort out to take this car to that level where it's ready to go and hit the road. And with so many jobs to do, it's hard to know where to start. But I think where I'm gonna go is the interior. Get the inside boxed off, get that completely done, and then move on to the exterior. Start from the middle and work outwards. Now, if you come with me around into the garage section of the unit, I've got everything I brought from home, which got took off a long time ago, ready to go back on the car. But because it has been sat in there while I've been doing all sorts of other work, it's all filthy, so it's not ready to go back in. So I need to clean everything as it's going in, which I'm gonna gloss over pretty quickly for you. But this is everything I think I need to get the interior back to the condition it should be in. But the only problem is, it's been so long since I did it, I cannot remember for the life of me what order it all goes in, which is just great.
Hopefully I remember right, and if I do, these are the first bits to go back in.
so the interior can start going back together, and it did take us a little while to remember where everything goes, but we got there in the end.
Well, interior is slowly coming together, apart from a few missing little bits, which I'm sure will show up in time anyway, I hope. Fingers crossed they do. All the headlining's back in, everything apart from the steering wheel is finished in here, and the door cards. So, the door cards are the next thing to go on.
So I left all of the bolts for the door cards inside the door, which made things a lot easier, but whilst I did the passenger side, my mate Sam tackles the driver's side.
Sam had fun inside.
Oh yeah, a dream.
Apart from a good clean up and a steering wheel airbag, it's done. I'm happy about that because that means we can move on to the next job. So the interior is looking much tidier, but there is one thing about this interior which I really don't like, and it's very personal to me because it has got a glass roof, and that seems all well and good, but if I'm not wearing a hat, that means you'll be able to see my bald spot on the top of my head shining through that panoramic roof. Not a good look. Hair loss is something which 1 in 3 men suffer with, and I've got my fair share of it with a bald spot growing nicely on my head, but Manual have products which can help me not only maintain but regrow some of my lost hair. So if, like me, you haven't got quite a full head of hair, you might want to consider trying some of their products, like this Power Shampoo, which contains caffeine and biotin, which helps support healthy hair growth. Whoa! And to strengthen that, they also have supplements which are going to also benefit the hairs on your head. They've got different sorts of packages depending on your needs. So if you're looking to retain the hair that you've currently got, or if you're looking to regrow hair, or potentially both, there is something to suit you. Now, I'm not going to give you the science about how all this stuff works, but if you want to, I encourage you to go and check out Manual's website. There's all the information you could possibly need. And to help you guys out, Manual are offering you 55% off your first hair loss treatment plan using code SLIX55, or alternatively you can just use the link in the description of this video. So even though you've started losing the hairs on your head, not all is lost, so go and check out Manual to see how you can prevent hair loss and plans to help you regrow it too. So thank you, Manual, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. There's still loads of little touches to do, and one of those being the battery, because the one that I put in right at the start of this build series is not the right one for the car. It's just a cheap one. Because these come with, I think it's a lithium ion battery, which is like super lightweight. This battery was only like £150, and it has worked just about, but it's not powerful enough for this car. So we've tried to save the super expensive battery with some help from Dips.
Hello!
Hey man!
How's it going?
Good. So this, let me just give you an idea of how light this battery is. Ooh! Which is good, but it is about £1,000. So Dips has had it on charge for on and off about 3 months.
Yeah, that's it.
Trying to bring it back to life, trying to save me having to spend £1,000 on a new battery.
We've got it up to 70%, and then it dropped back down to 60, went to 80, then dropped down to 70. And then I tested it before I came and it's gone back down to 60, so hopefully once you run it, it should be all right.
That's what we're going to try and do. Get it in the car and then see if it can charge off a twin turbo V8 better than it can off a plug socket. That's the aim anyway.
So we can take out the battery which we've got in the car at the moment, which isn't the right one, and replace it with the original one which Dips is recharged, and fingers crossed that's going to work.
So original battery is now back in. Let's see if the car will start under its own power now. Ooh. Oh yeah. 50% of the time it works every time.
We saved it!
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it? It seems a lot happier.
Yeah.
Nice work. We've got more electrical jobs for Dips because there's some bits which we need to make work. Mainly, I think this was the main one, weren't it, Dips? The new brake light, which is in the spoiler, because at the moment there's no plug to go to the brake light there because this car doesn't come with one there. It's got one at the top of the window. So we're going to try and, should we use both of them, do you think?
We can see, and if it looks good, keep them. If not, then we can use just the spoiler one.
That sounds like a plan. So we need to get behind these plastics here, have a look at that, and then see if we can get it up to there.
Now the other complication is we didn't have the plug for the brake light, so we're going to have to make something work. But luckily Dips is the man for electricals, so he's got this sorted. So we're going to cut down the plug, which will give us better access to the pins, and then Dips has got something in mind to make this work.
So basically, where the plug sits, it's got quite a lot of depth on it. And because we don't have the actual plug for it, what we've done is we've cut it down ever so slightly so we can see the pins. Then I'm going to put 2 fresh pins inside there, and then we'll seal that up, make a little fly lead with a little plug on the end, and then run that through. So if you ever do need to disconnect anything, it's all factory finish.
That's what it's all about. That's all Dips does, is factory or better.
Yeah.
So Dips gets to work on sorting out that third brake light in the spoiler, doing exactly as he said. And then once he's done, I can put the final boot trim in place, and that's the brake light sorted.
Right, Boot is completely back together. Can I close it?
Yeah.
It's done.
If it works now.
I know, yeah. Well, we're going to find out because you're going to hop in the driver's seat. Ooh. 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 They're bright, aren't they?
Working good, yeah?
Yeah, it looks good, man.
Happy days.
It's not how I expected it to look, because it's only got like 2 each side of it, isn't it? I thought it was going to be like a solid thing, but it doesn't look bad. Still looks good to me, and it's even. It'd be bad if it just had random LEDs out, but I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it looks good.
Sweet. Big man dips.
No worries.
P1 auto keys. Do you just do keys now? You do auto electrics now?
Yeah, mainly car keys, but then you get me doing everything, don't you?
Pretty much. That's what everyone wants you to do. It's what you're good at.
Basically, can everyone go and follow my P1 Auto Keys channel?
Dips has got a YouTube channel now because he's a legend.
Cheers for that, Chris.
It's alright, mate. I'm going to leave his link. Well, it's going to be the bottom, just there, and also in the description.
Cheers, guys.
You can't not subscribe to a face like that. So, thanks to Dips, we've got the battery back in the car. Hopefully that survives. And also got the new brake light working as well. But now we need to go underneath the car because there's some bits under there which we need to tidy up. Again, to make it roadworthy. We're ticking through the boxes, ticking through the list of jobs, and getting things done. We need arch liners. Luckily, the rear ones, from what I can tell, look like they should work with the standard ones and shouldn't need too much fettling or messing around, but we're going to find out. There we go, original arch liner reinstalled. I've had to drill a couple of extra little fresh clip holes, but nothing too major. That is, well, it's got more fixings in than factory now, so that should definitely stay put. Now, for the wheels. Now, I've ordered something super special, but because they're so super duper special, they're being made to order to my specifications to make sure that they're perfect, basically, and they're gonna be worth the wait. But for now, we're going to rock it with the factory wheels. I don't hate these wheels. Once they've been cleaned up, I'm sure they'll look fine, but they do sit too far into the arches. To make the fitment right, because they need to fill the arches a lot better, the guys from Wheelmania have gave us some 20mm spaces to get us by for now until those new wheels come, so that should hopefully sort out the fitment on a temporary basis. Okay, so rear arch liners are in. They took next to no messing, just a couple of extra holes needed drilling, and we're on to the fronts. I've done some messing around in the engine bay, putting the cover on the battery, the clamp, putting this heater box back in, and also on this side I've also put the wiper mech back in, which I lost, but actually it turned out it was tucked down here. But the front arch liners are going to be a bit more of a pain because they're wider arches than the standard car, because it's a replica of the Black Series kit. But the problem with that is that the Black Series and the normal AMG GT are slightly different. So technically, neither of the arch liners are going to work. And that's because of these coolers here, the charge coolers. They actually, on the Black Series, integrated into the center rad. So that means there's nothing here. So on the Black Series, this will be completely smooth, where we don't want that because we need some airflow going through it. So that means we need to use the standard arch liners from the car and then make them work, because the problem here, as you can see, is this is the new section installed on the back. There is a gap from here which goes all the way up here. It tightens up at the top and then does the same on this side. So we need to get them installed and then figure out how we're going to fabricate a piece to go in there to stop this filling up with stones and mud. It's one of those things, there's no simple solution for it. This is a kind of custom car now, so we're going to have to make custom things to make the custom car work properly.
So to figure out exactly what pieces I'm going to have to put in, I'm going to install new arch liners completely on both sides on the front.
Right, both sides of the arch liner are in. Hopefully you guys can see this, but you can see where the gaps are. We've got one which we need to fill in here, and also one over here as well. Now, how are we going to do it? That's the question. And in order to get this as good as we possibly can, we're going to use CAD. I don't mean CAD software, I just mean cardboard aided design. So I'm going to template in here with this piece how I want to make it, the shape I want to get it to, the overlap I need to make in order to clip it all together. So I'm going to use this to make that template and then copy this design into an old piece of arch liner which I can clean up and put in its place. Good thinking. Let's see how it works.
So once I'd cut this piece of cardboard into exactly the shape it needed to be to fill in the gap on the arch liner, I could then take it over to one of the ones which we removed off the car and then use that to then cut out the new piece in a matching material to the rest of the arch liner, so all it will need is a clean to look like a perfect match.
And if you guys can see it, see, there we go. Not the worst job I've ever done. Same here, pretty happy with it, to be honest. It's one of those things, there's no perfect solution for it, but I think that's as good as we're gonna get. So there's another job ticked off. Now to get the under tray on, and then we've got quite a few more bits to do, to be honest. I wish I could say we were nearly there, but we're not.
So now we've got all the arch liners in, the only bit of underbody panelling left to do is this front under tray, which had to do a little bit of trimming on to make it work with the bumper, but apart from that, it was a OEM install, so nice, quick and easy.
Progress is going well. Underbody, completed it, mate. So we've got all of the under trays on, the arch liners on, and the new pieces made as well, and now it's down on the floor. I don't think you can even really tell, so I'm pretty happy with that job. All the body panels are on, most of the interior is in, but we've still got those last little few bits to get through, and we've made a list for it to make it easier for you and me to comprehend. Let's go have a look. So this is our list of jobs to do, and just over here you can see we've got other things to do, which is get a whiteboard pen. So at the moment we're using a Sharpie, and this will probably never come off. But anyway, we need to have a look at the spoiler bolts because they are a bit tatty. We need to do the airbag in the steering wheel. We need to sort out some number plate, check the tyre pressures, put some wipers on it, clean the car because it's not really properly been cleaned ever. Do the windscreen scuttle, do a test drive, do a small snag list, and torque the wheels, preferably before the test drive. So that's quite a simple list of jobs to do. All seems very doable. So hopefully by the end of, well, I think lunchtime, we'll have this smashed out, we'll go home, call it a day. Sound good, Regan?
I'll get that done.
Yes, damn. So spoiler bolts is the first thing on our list because these are very ugly, not nice. Now these are the ones that just came with the kit, so we put them in for now because they work physically, but aesthetically they're hurting my eyeballs. So I've got something much more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Nice. So these are like countersunk washers, and instead of having a big flat massive metal one, we're going to have these instead with countersunk bolts, so it's all going to sit nice and flush. That'll be much smarter. So we can swap these out, it should be pretty easy, and move on to the next job. New bolts and washers installed, look much smarter. I know some of you are going to say I should get black ones, but I can just change them in the future if they ever bother me, but they're not bothering me right now, so they can stay.
What we need to do is we need to tick it off.
Ah, yes, we do. Right.
Okay.
Airbag. Oh.
This.
Yeah, boy. Airbag is next. So the new airbag has come wrapped in loads of mini airbags. That's going to be satisfying peeling that. That one. Then, I think I'm missing a part of my steering wheel, Regan. Yeah, I'm missing the spring that it clips into, isn't I?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we'll just fix it in our own time. It's just, oh, it's so satisfying. Look how good it looks. Oh, great job. Another high five. This is satisfying now, just, you know, just ticking off jobs, rapid time, done. Number plates. Now, I do have the number plates for the car, but I want to talk about this. This car's staying. Do I put a private plate on it?
Yeah, you've got to, haven't you?
Should we just picture how it looks? Let's just
put it on the car. Put it on the car already. Yes.
Do you think that looks legit?
I think just stick the phone on there. But I think the Chris one is cool, because like, it does actually, yeah.
Let's buy it.
Let's buy it. Oh, we're doing it right now, yeah.
Mate, it's so cheap, it's 154 quid. This is the standard plate for the car, HY16LDL. And I've just realised the problem that I didn't even cross my mind, because where am I supposed to put this?
Yes.
That just looks like horrendous. That looks terrible. That looks awful. That looks awful. Someone please tell me, where am I supposed to put that? I've got an idea. I just don't know. I do want to put one on there because I don't want to get moaned after it, but I just don't know where to put it. Yeah, that's low. You're popping! Tyre pressures, get gone. Right, let's see if with one we can get it out of the unit, because that's a problem in itself. Two, get these bits cleaned up.
Right, go on. Yeah, good.
Here's my thinking, right, that wasn't too bad to get out of there. Like, anything lowered is going to struggle bad. So, how bad does this look not lowered? Is it worth lowering? I don't think it's too bad. Second thoughts, it's quite dusty today and quite dry, so I think let's do a test drive now, because everything's torqued, tyre pressures are sorted, seems to be running well even though it's got some warning lights on. So let's go do that, run it up and down the lane, and then get it washed, and then put it back inside and check over all the other bits. It does sound good.
That is nice.
But it sounds a little bit muffled. It's a bit like this.
Do you think, yeah?
Here we go then, first test drive in the AMG GT. It's saying the tyre pressures are wrong, but we've already sorted them, so it probably just needs driving to calibrate. The tracking is out, which is nice. No nasty knocks and bangs. Let's see how many nasty noises it makes. Some noise coming from the back. I don't know what that is though.
That's just the sheer downforce.
Yeah, so much downforce, I don't know what to do. It feels like a bit of a brute, you know. I can't lie. It feels really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good form, man.
Thanks, man. It's almost like you used to do it for a living.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mad that. I can see this becoming a bit of a problem. Car's clean, and I've just messed up the windows, but now we can see everything that needs tidying up on it. Ready to go when I actually get to drive it on the road. Is there anything else left on the list? There's got to be. Wipers. No point doing them until I get the new scuttle panel, which I've ordered from Mercedes at the cost of 360 quid plus VAT, so let's just put a dash next to that for now. Clean is done. Windscreen scuttle, same story. Test drive, we drove it up and down the road. It seemed fine, didn't it?
Yep.
Okay, that one can go.
But we still had some fault codes left on the car, so we borrowed this much more expensive code reader to try and see what they were and what we could just clear and what were actually faults that need fixing, and it came back with a few.
We've cleared the fault codes using the more fancy code reader, and it's done a much better job. We're down to 4. which is pretty good for a car from me, I can't lie. The 4 that we've got is one's for the aircon, probably because it's got no gas in it. One for the MRM steering column control unit. I think that's because I've not plugged some stuff in behind the airbag. We're missing like the wiring for the paddles and stuff like that. And then one for the front acquisition control unit, which I'm guessing is the radar, because it's probably not been coded in. Well, it's not been coded in yet. Engine hood has a malfunction, there's no signal change, but it's weird because the hood latch sensors are working. And then the other ones are for windshield wipers, which I'm guessing is because we've unplugged the thing in the windscreen and we've not coded that back in yet. Yeah, refrigerant level low. So 4 faults, I'll take that, it's much easier to deal with. Hopefully it's just plugging stuff back in, getting the aircon gassed. Got to look at the hood latch situation. Not too bad. Okay, a few days later and fresh delivery because the scuttle panel that we had got knackered and now this one isn't knackered even though this costs £360 plus VAT. Scammed. We can get this tatty old one off. Yep, that's it. Need to get your little thing through there. Like that. That's it. Ooh, that looks good. I reckon we're done here. We've just got some last few faults to sort. We've got some professional help coming. And the professional has just got here. Professional.
Ooh, carbon.
Looking well though, isn't it?
Ooh. Yeah, lovely.
So Mark, who is a Mercedes specialist, has popped over to try and help us figure out these last final few faults, so the first time I hit the road, the car should be fault-free. At least that's the aim anyway.
None of the parking sensors in this car worked, and it's coming up actually with the sensors being faulty, isn't it?
Sensors, yeah,
but
at the moment.
That may just be being thrown out by something else, because Mark has found that the rear indication light, basically what you see in the mirror, is what's in here. That one of the pins in the plug, not looking good, is it?
You bent it.
I bent it, yeah, I probably bent it.
So Mark was able to rejig the pin and then straighten it out, and hopefully that's going to fix the fault and make the parking sensors work.
It says stored now.
There you go.
Does that mean it's fixed?
Yeah. So
that means, hold on, wait, let's show the people at home. Communication with rear warning indicator has malfunction. Can't talk. Stored.
So now if you just
clear.
give it that.
Oh, no fault code stored in the fault memory. Does that mean my parking sensors are going to work? Let's find out. So we have a fault stored on the car saying that the wipers, is it no communication with the wiper motors?
We've got no communication with the master wiper motor.
Ooh, master. Now I have had one of the wiper motors out but left the other one in place. You would presume that when the car was crashed, the wipers probably worked. Otherwise it would have been quite awkward to drive if you got caught in the rain. But it might be something I've done, it might not be, it might be a fuse. But Mark is just, I know he's got this in him. I know he's got it.
Good power there.
Yeah.
And a good earth there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got an earth, we've got no power.
Got no power.
So we're going to look at fuses.
Ooh, fusing.
We're hoping it's just a simple fix of fuse.
I found the fault.
What's that?
It's not plugged in.
Oh, you unplugged that?
I can't say it was me.
It was you.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, what a silly, silly little mistake.
So we managed to find the fault, and that was because when we actually had some problems with the car starting, we removed an immobiliser, and then when we did that, we must have unplugged that and forgot about it. But now it's onto the computer because we need to code out the rear spoiler and also see if we can turn off some of the airbag faults which just need resetting.
So, how's the dashboard looking now then, Marky?
Clear-ish. So, oh, hang on then. So, we started off with airbag faults.
Yep.
We've got rid of all of those.
Yep.
They just needed clearing out.
Yep.
The front radar needs calibrating.
Okay.
So that needs a drive. Takes about 25 minutes, as I said. And then all of these will go off. This is just because it needs that drive.
Okay, so all we've got is a TPMS light.
Yep, which will probably go off when you drive it.
Yeah, and then we've got the malfunctions in the middle.
Which is to do with the front radar.
So that's all front radar.
The Distronic doesn't
Everything
work.
else
Yeah.
is clear and working. The parking sensor's working. We got the windscreen wipers working.
Yeah, so once you start driving it, it'll be fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think you smashed that, mate. Thank you for that.
Anytime.
If anyone needs any specialist Mercedes help, is it just Mercedes you specialise in? Or?
I specialise in Mercedes, but I'm pretty good with lots of things.
So, faults that people can't fix.
Yep, faults that people can't fix, coding that people can't do.
And keys.
And keys from many makes and models.
So now to get ready for our first proper on-the-road test drive, we've got to put the number plate on, and the private plate hasn't all gone through yet, so we have to put this one on for now. And also we have the rear badge to fit, but it turns out I was missing some plastic pins which go in the holes and hold it in place, so we'll have to just put that in properly when those show up.
This still don't feel real. I just want to thank everyone who's watched these videos so far, helping support me build my dream AMG GT, but we're still not quite done with this yet, because even though it looks like one now, we've got to try and make it drive like one. But if you want to see that, you're going to have to wait until the next video on this car. So to make sure you don't miss it, make sure to like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you next time.